I want to move on to another very important thing that took place, and it has to do again with our rights as people and our rights politically being taken away by the policies and the way the policies of Nigeria is driven as the federal government have taken ownership of a lot of things and continues to attempt to take ownership of other things. Now, yesterday, I watched that the Commission of the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission was in Rivers State. Now, this also shows very clearly how powerless the states are, how weak the states are by the way the federal government functions and operates. We are supposed to be a federation, a federating unit. And therefore, when we say we're celebrating 60 years of independence, we're not. Because Nigeria at independence is a republic, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Are we operating a republic? Are we operating under the norms of federalism? Are we operating under the states being the federating unit? We are not. The state of the powers of the states, instead of being vested in the state's government, is actually illegally vested in the federal government. So when we take part in celebrating the 60 years and the past 59 years plus these 60 years of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are actually celebrating oppression, injustice with the federal government that is oppressing the peoples, the ethnic nationalities of the different states in the different regions of Nigeria today. The fact that this commission is coming and going around the states to collect information that they will use to determine the sharing of revenue. The sharing of revenue. What revenue are they sharing? The revenue of oil and gas. That is what they are sharing. Somebody who had no idea of the suffering of the Niger Delta people, of the people that produce the wealth that they have turned into revenue for every other state in Nigeria, is coming from here. And yet, the commission have nothing to do with the area that this allocation that they are sharing is coming from. The gold that is now officially being mined in other parts of Nigeria is not part of the revenue input that Nigeria is going to share to the rest of Nigeria. So I watched in such weakness of the heart, of the mind, that here I am at the eve of the 60th year of an independent Nigeria, which means an independent ethnic nationality within Nigeria. All the ethnic nationalities are part of the independence that Nigeria gained because we're in Nigeria. So we are independent. So now here we are celebrating. On the eve of this celebration, I'm not celebrating tomorrow, I'm wearing black. And I started doing that about 10 years ago or so. I started wearing black on the 1st of October, and I refuse to recognize the celebrations of independent Nigeria, because when I look at where we are as a people, as a state, we are not independent of anything in Nigeria. So I'm not celebrating. Okay, coming back to the revenue mobilization movement that is being done today. So this revenue mobilization commission, whatever they are, have set a lot of confusion, and the boundary adjustment commission or whatever it is have caused a lot of confusion, particularly in the Niger Delta. It is in the Niger Delta that they shift boundaries on paper. They shift these boundaries on paper. They just sit down in Abuja and take a pen, and every so many years, they redraw the map of these regions, these states, these local governments that have oil and gas in their local government and in their states and in the region. They sit in Abuja and they draw these maps. When they do this, at will, they decide that an oil well or oil wells in Akwa Ibom no longer belongs to Akwa Ibom. It belongs to whoever that they choose in Abuja that it belongs to. And yet, both the land, the oil well, and the people are still in that very land. They don't move them physically. Nothing is moved physically. Everybody is still where they are. But what they have done every so many years is open the pot, get a big spoon, stir the pot, stir the pot, and do whatever they like, and create confusion and disharmony amongst the people that should be united for one purpose, the purpose to survive in Nigeria. And so now they are going around doing exactly the same thing. And I read in on online paper that Bayelsa and Rivers State, Wike and Didi are at war. Wike and Didi are not at war. Bayelsa and Rivers State are not at war. The people that want to create this war, it is them that will be at war amongst themselves, not us. How can we be at war? Why should we be at war? Because somebody in Abuja years ago made a wicked decision against us as a people, and somehow politically and mentally we have refused to see the real people that should be at war and now accept that Bayelsa and Rivers State is at war. Bayelsa and Rivers State can never be at war. Bayelsa was created out of Rivers State. Within Bayelsa and Rivers State, there are 8 local governments in Bayelsa State, and there are 9.5 local governments of Ijaw ethnic nationality in Rivers State. We can never be at war. Especially not a war that other people are creating for us. In the past, Nembe people, Kalabari people, Boni people, Okrika people, these are historical facts. We have had disagreements, even though we're brothers. We have had disagreements, but we have resolved them. Now, oil and gas that other people are taking from us, stealing from us by force, and owning by force, by allocating these oil wells to themselves and their cronies. Why can't I own an oil? Who has ever called me to locate an oil well to me? Why don't I deserve an oil well? Why can't I have an oil well? Why can't you have an oil well? If you're from Rivers State, why can't you have an oil well? Why can't I have an oil well? Because we are not the people in power to share it. And at the time that, anytime our people are in a position, we play by the rules. We play by the rules. But when other people are in positions, they don't play by the rule. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president, he was the president of Nigeria. He said it. He's not the president of Niger Delta. He was not the president of Ijaw, Ikwere, Ogoni, Shekiri. He was representing all of us. He was representing the Niger Delta. But he himself used his mouth to say he will not neglect the rest of Nigeria and concentrate on his own region. And truly, he did not. He himself has accepted it. Now, whether that was the right thing to do or not, it is him to decide, not me. But if I were there, I would have done the wrong thing, but it would have been the right thing. Because the people there are doing the wrong thing, but it is the right thing for them to do for their people. And this discussion is going to take me into another thing that is going on when I finish with this revenue issue of oil and gas. So, let me clarify one thing. Therefore, Rivers State is not at war with Bayelsa State. Wike and Diri is not at war with themselves. They are brothers. They are friends. They are in the same political party. They relate with each other. Wike have extended, as a brother of Rivers State, he has extended the hand of love and friendship on behalf of all Rivers people, not just Ikure people or Ijaw people, on behalf of all Rivers people, have extended the hand of commitment, of brotherhood to the states in the Niger Delta whenever they have needed it. This is now confirmed by so many incidences. Recently, even when Diri had the issue of his election, because it was in Bayelsa State, and because Diri was in a PDP political party, Wike extended as much as he could the hand of brotherhood, fellowship, and support to Diri in Bayelsa State. He cannot do that, and somebody will come and tell me that Wike is at war with the Ijaw people in Bayelsa State. He's not. Somebody will come and tell me Diri is at war with Rivers people in Rivers State. They are not. The argument, the discussion between Rivers State and Bayelsa State is purely a discussion, an argument, a claim to resources. Now, the issue of the issue of Soku. Soku is in Rivers State. Soku is in Rivers State. I repeat, Soku is in Rivers State. Soku is in Akukutoru local government area. Now, have Soku benefited from the oil and gas in Soku since the creation of Rivers State, and since oil and gas was found in Soku? Have Soku benefited even 5% of what is coming from their land? The answer is no. The answer is no. And since the creation of Rivers State, J.T. Smith was a governor, late Okilo was a governor, Sir Ada George, Chief Ada George was a governor. I'm not even mentioning the military ones. Sir Dr. Peter Odili was a governor. Amechi was a governor. Wike is a governor. Now, in all these people I have mentioned, when all of them, from coming from J.T. Smith till Wike, the oil in Soku have been taken and the gas have been taken by the government, the federal government of Nigeria, not by the state government of Rivers State. And from 1970 something, after the war, when they created this allocation revenue sharing formula as they wanted, money have been coming to Rivers State. No matter how small it is, it has been coming to Rivers State from the day of whenever it started being paid till today. Now, the money that have come from Rivers State, part of it is from the gas and oil that is in Soku. Egi has oil and gas. Isiokpo area have Rumpo, Kurumo, all those places. People have Egi, Ahoda, Ogoni. People have these resources in places that they have them. If I don't mention you, please don't write. It includes you. Now, so if I'm saying, therefore, that the failure of the lack of development in Soku and any other community that have oil and gas, the lack of development in those areas that these resources are coming from primarily, a large part of it is federal government, but no matter how small, a small part of it, no matter how small it is also coming, should have come from Rivers State government. So now, have Soku benefited? No, Soku has not benefited. Now, how therefore, at what point did anybody wake up and redraw a map and shifted the boundaries that now took Soku on the map and seeded the wells in Soku, which is in Akukutoru local government area, which is in Rivers State? How is it that those oil wells, the revenue from the oil wells is being paid to Bayelsa State? Is it the people of Soku that say pay it to Bayelsa State? No. Is Soku still in Rivers State? Yes. Is Soku in Bayelsa State? No. Bayelsa State Ijos and Rivers State Ijos, are they kith and kin? Yes. Now, the international oil companies, when they explore and exploit, they name their wells, their wellheads, according to how they want it. And there must be a reason why they set this confusion by having maybe a collection point in a place like Alasiri, or that is in that is not maybe a place that is in Nembe, and because they are taking oil and gas from Kola or from Soku or from anywhere, and it is going to a collection point in, say, Nembe, it does not mean that that oil coming from Soku, because it is being taken to Nembe, that it now belongs to Nembe. No. But that is the mentality and the confusion that the federal government, who is a 60% partner in this joint venture with the international oil companies, have decided to create. The responsibility to say no is ours. The responsibility to say no is ours. To say that we should allow this mistake, or not a mistake, this injustice that is created by, not even by us, not by River State people, not by Soku people, not by Bayelsa people. This injustice that is created by the federal government, who is a partner to the oil companies, to put a wedge, to drive a wedge between kith and kin in River State and in Bayelsa State. It is our responsibility to correct it. It is our responsibility to correct it. And it is the courts that will correct it. So the fact that River State went to court, Bayelsa State went to court, is not out of hatred. It's not out of warmongering. It is out of doing things properly. And we must do things properly. If oil wells from Bayelsa State today is ceded to River State, I will still say no. Because you cannot go and take oil from Bayelsa State and come and bring it to River State and say it belongs to River State because you are in power and that's what you want to do. No, it is not acceptable. So no, Bayelsa State and River State is not at war. The payment so far that have gone to Bayelsa State from those oil wells have gone to Bayelsa State wrongly from River State. It's not Bayelsa State people that came to collect the money. It is the federal government that is paying the money to Bayelsa State. And when the case ends, somebody somewhere has to refund the money that has been paid to Bayelsa State in wicked error. And so this revenue mobilization fiscal commission visit is only going on because we are in a country that have taken all the powers that should be with the people and the states as a federating unit and doing whatever they like with it. And we have accepted it to be like that so far. So on the issue, because I've received a lot of calls, because everybody knows my position on this particular issue. On this particular issue. This is the truth about the issue. It will be resolved in court of law. And when it is resolved, all the money that have gone should be returned. It's not the fault of I don't blame Bayelsa people. I don't. And I don't blame Rivers people either. It is not we that created the problem. It is the federal government that created the problem. And that is why we have constantly, we started with resource control. We started and then we went to ownership. And then we went into armed struggle, civil disobedience. Adakaboro waged the war. Ken Serawiwa waged the pen war. He was killed. Adakaboro too was killed. And so on and so forth. We, the people of this region, must now begin to accept that it is our responsibility to make a decision in our own interest. Yes, all the powers have been ceded to federal government that should not be ceded to federal government. Our governors, our senators, lawmakers. Look, people say, Ankyo is a waste of time. You say resource control. You say restructure. You say self-determination. You say this, you say that. If I don't say those things, what do you want me to do? You want me to carry a gun? I will not carry a gun. I will use my capacity, praise God, my capacity to think, to analyze, and to make the right decisions based on truth and based on the information. Some of the information we are working with are lies. And so when you work with lies and false information, you will make, no matter the decision you make, it will be a wrong decision. It will be a wrong decision. Therefore, we must see that the coffee is on the fire, it is percolating, and we can smell it. We can smell it. We must know what to do. We have to make a decision that is in our best interest. The governors of the Briggs states, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo, and Delta, and all the ethnic nationalities. I keep saying this, it doesn't matter how small you are. It doesn't matter if you're 50,000 people. It doesn't matter if you're 10,000 people. If you are an ethnic nationality, if you speak a language, if you have your culture, if you have a location that your people are in, you are an ethnic nationality. Every day we are shouting, these people are coming to take this, these people are coming to take that. When will we stop shouting and stand and say, no, you can come this far and no further? You can come this far and no further. Yes. We have to speak for ourselves. I know that our representatives, their hands are tied in so many ways. But it doesn't matter how your hand, even if your hands are tied, if it is too tight, you will have to talk and say, this hand that you have tied is too tight. It's too tight. How do they say that? Everything is waged against them. So no matter what they do, it is against them. But they must be seen to be doing something. They must be seen to be doing something. If you have water and that water touches land where you are, there are some people from some part of Nigeria that are saying they have taken your oil, they are coming to take your water. It's so silly. It's so bitter for people. It's so ignorant. And it is the ignorancy that is showing through. But it pulls us back. It pulls us back. Because if you have water, River Niger is in Anambra State, and it is in Asaba. If it is in those places, it also affects you. So what are you talking? Is the water only in River State? That some small ignorant people will now be wasting people's time and be arguing, talking something that is irrelevant, that is silly and even stupid.